How about those Noles? Finally get a victory over Cal. I'll take it, guys. I'm going to take it today. I'm going to take it tomorrow. I'm going to take it the next day. Uh, how about that defense? The Florida State defense came out there, and they really showed what was what tonight out there. Couldn't be prouder of what the defense did. I mean, all game. It seemed like the only time that we couldn't stop Cal was like 4th and 18 or 3rd and 19 or something of that nature. So huge shout out to Adam Fuller, the defense, the young guys actually stepping up. Edwin Joseph makes a huge pick. He's been one of the guys that has been calling for playing time. Hashtag free the youngins, all those things. Lawayne McCoy didn't get a chance to show off the other ringleader of that. I don't know if he was a decoy on the punt, but it made him look bad, calling for the fair catch, and then it ended up being like a 70-yard punt. But we won't get too stuck on that. I could not be more fired up about the defense. So we're not going to talk about the offense. I'm going to make a rule. At least 10 minutes. I'm going to talk and I'm going to tell you good things about the defense before we get into the offense because, guys, not so good there. But I'm going to stop. I have been very critical of both Daryl Jackson and Joshua Farmer all year. I've said, man, you need to get back in the 44. Daryl Jackson, I've called for him to be benched. You need to put Daryl Lyons in there. But let me tell you what, you earned your 5 in my book. You earned whatever money they given you. Josh Farmer looked great. He gave effort all night long. He was playing his absolute ass off. It's so weird. Like, it really is. Like, I'd love to go back and look at the stats and look at the box score real quick. But, man, on regular downs, Cal had almost zero success tonight. All of their success was on guaranteed passing downs, 3rd and 12, 4th and 16. It really was nuts. That running back they got, Jaden Ott, it looked like he started to get going there in the fourth quarter. Had me a little worried there as they were driving down. But in the end, the defense stepped up and made a play. They kept pushing them backwards and backwards. You had the goal line stand where they had like 4 false starts in a row, kind of back to back to back to back. So, yeah, man. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'll try to answer them. But yeah, on the first watch through, I just could not be more fired up for this defense. Who else? The linebackers. Did anybody notice the linebacker out of position all night? Blake got beat by their top receiver, or he's a tight end, but one of their top guys, I think, on a really tough play. But he was in decent enough coverage. Shaheem Brown got beat on a deep ball, but again, pretty damn good coverage. He was in position, just didn't quite make a play. The wide receiver made a play. But all night, this defense kept getting put back on the field, put back on the field, put back on the field. And they don't give a touchdown up all night. Or do they? No, they don't. Three field goals. And then, if you want to talk about special teams for those blocks, I guess that's fine. But, man, that's the starting defense that was in there on that field goal block too. So for them to get down there and then to block the field goal, man, another one. Number 16 was balling at DB. Yeah, we talked a lot about Quindarius Jones coming into the year, and he balled out. Is AZ hurt? I'm not sure. I've seen him out there. I'm pretty sure he was on the special teams play there where they blocked the punt. I may be mistaken. Kevin Knowles, he missed some tackles. There's nothing that I saw that made me just, go heads over heels for him. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I didn't see Juice flash a lot tonight, but I think he was just playing his assignment. I'll have to go back and watch the tape. But there's no doubt that Edwin Joseph really made his presence felt. He got that ticky-talk. He was trying to punch the ball out. And this quarterback slide rule is one of the worst rules in football, to where these quarterbacks slide as you're trying to make a play on the ball. And then they lower their strike point. It's like, it's such a split-second thing. And it was obvious he was trying to punch the ball out. But, whatever, he misses and he hits the quarterback's head. So that was another one of the kind of mistakes. Maurice Smith had something, was it a false start or a bad snap that cost us a 4th down conversion there? But that was just one little mistake. They got 69 on a holding that I thought was questionable. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, well, that could be a hold because the guy started to turn around. But then the ball ran right between him. He had him completely squared, and he just pancaked him. So the only thing I could think they called holding on that was when he first got a hold of him, but it was a bullshit call. I'm not gonna get up here and complain and call it a conspiracy theory. The calls we've seen from these ACC refs, but it is pretty weird. Like it has to be flagrant. Like we just don't get roughing the passer and things like that. There was a play in the first half where DJU threw it. The guy's got him, takes 3 steps right in front of the umpire, and then power slams him 3 seconds after he threw the ball. No flag, but incidental contact, anything like from us, it just keeps getting it. Guys, welcome in. If you're just joining us to the FSU Voice of College Football post-game show, the instant reaction. It's also streaming over on my channel if you're over there. Florida State picks up their first win. It wasn't beautiful. It doesn't solve any of the problems, and I'm going to start crying and moaning here in about 20, 30 minutes, not even 20, 30 minutes, here in about 5 minutes when I start talking about the offense. But you can't be more prouder of what this defense did. We were talking about in the group chat, going back and forth. Like, people are going to say, look, it's Cal. You're supposed to play good defense. But from what we've seen from this team thus far this year and what we've seen from Cal, I mean, you can't ask for any better than that. And again, they keep getting put in terrible positions. So could not be more fired up from the defensive line. I don't think Byron Turner had his best night, but I think the difference is you just are finally seeing everybody move at kind of the correct speed. There's no more kind of questions about, are these guys loafing? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? Guys are out there playing with their hair on fire. Get back to number 16. How about that sweet sequence where 16 comes into the game and their quarterback tries him immediately 3 times back to back to back to back, and he shuts him down. Really just amazing play from 16. You're going to have to go look. Ventrell Cypress, supposed to be this, supposed to be that. We really hyped up Azaria Thomas. Why not? I mean, 16, he looks like a different type of corner. To do that 3 times in a row against one of the better receivers on the team and man-on-man coverage with no help from a safety and play him that well, that was really a thing of beauty. A thing of beauty for sure. Mike Machado says, our D has played well enough to win every game. Our offense is gross. Ew. Well, hold on, man. I promised I would give 10 minutes of this show before I got into the offense. Youngins worked on defense, need more offense. The birth of a D. 1 down, 8 to go. Yeah, 1 down, 8 to go. That's right. Florida State is now 1-2 in the ACC, is able to do what we're supposed to do. All the shit on Twitter from the past week from these Cal people, these San Francisco cucks or whatever they are, it was pretty hilarious. I mean, if you are a Florida State fan that is on Twitter or even Facebook, in your workplace, it doesn't matter. Florida State, the big 3 of Florida, the amount of crap talking that goes on. The guys from Cal, they just weren't ready. They brought their little memes and their, whatever, bringing the woke or whatever it was. People online had a lot of fun with it. It's a lot of fun for everybody to make fun of Florida State when they're 0-3. But they came to Doak Campbell, and we heard the war chant blaring every third down. How many false starts did they have? Cal had to have 10 false starts in this game. You want to talk about a soft factor? The war chant and that crowd on third downs makes a difference. I don't care what anybody says. And it's a completely different atmosphere from the last 2 games. I saw a lot of people were kind of critical of 11. I'll have to go back and watch the tape. But, yeah, the edge play was not there from 11. He was a lot better. He played a lot better. He made a few tackles. He missed some tackles as he usually does. I'm still on this train of an 11-7 putting an or between their names and possibly putting 13 on the other side. I'm not sure why we haven't made that move yet. And again, I'll have to go back and watch the film. But Marvin Jones Jr. in the 4th quarter, when we started getting them in pass-only downs and he got to get to turn loose as a true pass rusher, seems like he found something there too. Eddie Barnes Fishing says Farmer played well. Jackson, and he's not so happy about Jackson. Yeah, look, guys, I don't know. Again, it's hard to watch on the TV copy, but Farmer was making plays all night long, and the only time I noticed number 6 was when he was hurt on that play. So